little bit on later, but just for a little bit tonight, just see anybody's talking tonight. So what's up? Got some stuff to do. And so we're just gonna be on for a little while. See what's up. What's everybody doing? See what's happening. See what's happening in the world out here. Just doing some videos and just seeing what's happening. I don't know if I'm gonna expect anybody, but just seeing what we got. Imagine the baby coming through tonight, so we just gonna see what we got tonight. Yeah. So we shall see what's in store. I'm working on some different videos. See what people talking about. A lot of different little takes on different things. So we shall see what we're working on. Everybody's doing. Because, yeah, I'll see how much I got. See what we're working with. It might be a little quiet tonight. See a couple of heads done rolled up. So we're going to see what we're working with tonight. I'll be on for a little bit tonight. Cut this in half. I got something to do. So we're going to see what's up. Been one of those kind of days. Welcome to June 1st. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's June already, huh? Where does the time go by? It's amazing. It is truly amazing. Here we are, June. See what we're going to do. Yeah, I didn't give out no notice that I was going to be on this time of night, so probably ain't going to be much. I'll talk for a little while, see if anybody shows up. A lot of talk about Luka, his impact, where he going to be at when it's all said and done. And so we're going to see, a lot of different topics going on. Some people want to talk about basketball finals. Some people want to talk about Donald Trump. It's a lot to talk about. Just got to see who comes through. What we got. We're going to find out what we're working with. So just kind of in the chill mode. I see some people coming through, but I don't see nobody posting yet. So see some ghosts in the machine. See what it means. So, just waiting and seeing. It's kind of like one of those kind of days where you just kind of just chilling and see where you are. So go from there. Go on from there. We're going to give it a few more minutes, and then if I don't see nobody come through, I'll give my message that no one's coming through tonight. Once I get to about the 10-minute mark, that's cool. Eventually, sometime in the week, I'll be coming earlier, but it's understandable. I got on late tonight, so I expect probably people to be kind of like low key. So we shall see. That's on me. I know how these YouTube notifications go. So sometimes people come through, sometimes they don't. So it's okay. I get the message. I get the hint. If it's like that. If it's like that. So we will see. We will definitely see what's up. Sometimes it just don't come through at all. So like I said, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, and I got no one to blame but myself for this tonight. But it's okay though. Had great live stream the other couple nights. So sometimes people want to come through, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they can, sometimes they won't. So we will see what we're working with. What's happening from Mississippi? All right, what's happening? How'd you find the site? Glad to have you through. Thank you for coming through. I don't think I've had anybody from Mississippi come through before, so this is cool. That's a cool name. Okay. What kind of stuff you into? Music, sports, politics? No, I'm not. I'm doing all right. Glad you came through. Just chilling, just got on. Just got on. And June 1st. What a day. What a day. Hard to believe half the year's over already. What a day. My topics can range from sports, music, politics, religion, history. It's one of those kind of situations that it depends on what you want to talk about. Sometimes, most of the time, sports gets the majority of it. Sometimes Hollywood gets the majority of it. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming through. It all depends on what, we start a subject, and if I don't know it, somebody else knows it, or I admit if I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. That's all. Cover a wide range, though. And I keep it clean. I'm not into vulgarities or disrespect. So, or if I see people trolling, you can have a fair debate without being a problem. So it's pretty much straightforward, but low key. But it's keep it clean, keep it respectful. I just don't like dealing with trolls and bots. That's all. So stay away from the junk. We'll be all right. I mean, everybody's got something like. I think, sad to say, he'll probably win. He won't be just a contender. He'll probably win because he has enough fan base where people will rally behind him. I don't think people really have a moral fiber when it comes to stuff. They separate what they want to separate, But he's like a pop star. That's what it's like. I'm not no fan of him, but I know when I see somebody that looks like, they have a big base. So anyway, hope you got any more questions. Could be more than about Trump running because of course he's gonna be a contender. But anyway, we talk about a lot of different things. It depends on what you're into. They've always been side-eye to Trump. If you're talking about side-eye in terms of what's happening? If you're talking about side-eye in terms of distancing themselves from him, or you talking about side-eye to ignoring what his agenda is? So when you say side-eye, there's two different types of side-eye. Most of the times they don't care. Oh, well, they're there because they should have been done it. He's a vulgarian. He cheated on his wife. He does everything that is not, of a man of respect and character. No, I just got so DP. I got on about 10 minutes ago. Like I have amazing yes on it. We're just talking about Trump and different things. I think that I don't even know what he professes to be or what he practices, but it is definitely problematic. I would say it's very problematic. I would say that you have a lot of explaining to do why you are being fined and convicted for money laundering or something with a woman that, that you pay a hush money. It's not a good look. And he's not the first and he won't be the last. Yep. That's what we're talking about right now. And the thing about it is if that's tax money, that's fraud and that's illegal. And I don't care how anybody sizes up. Yeah. But it's always been his agenda. I don't know how far back you go with him. I've been aware of this man for a greater part of my life. I grew up in New York State. No, he's older than that. He's 78. But that's what's going on. So, but he'll probably win. I mean, the people don't really care about moralistic behavior. They don't. Okay. So back to the 70s. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he did. And the thing is that he always keeps his tax records covered. So if they ever were to really make an example of him, they could open it up. That would be his downfall. He never released his tax records. Okay, amazing, yeah. So there's a lot that can be opened up there if they choose to mess with him. But it's deeper than you can imagine. It's worse. But presidents are held to yeah, it's different in different countries. But see, in the United States, they ain't never had this before. You've had congressmen and governors and mayors go to prison. You never had a president. That would be a groundbreaking thing. I don't think they're going to sentence him like that, but well, Michael Cohen did 6 months for him, so yeah. I mean, Michael Cohen was his former attorney, So why not? If we're basing everything on actual law, but we'll see. It still was a big deal over here. Big deal though. We shall see. They're gonna. I think they're gonna. I think he can get locked up and they'll still vote him in. I think it'll be just like that because they hate Biden. No, not really, because you can still run as a felon, and he's got a strong. If his name is on all the state, most of the states, that's all they need. He shouldn't be able to vote though because he pushed that agenda in Georgia about that being a fraudulent setup. I don't think. I think they hate his ways. Nobody would stop. If first of all, if they hated him, he wouldn't be so prominent. I've never seen anybody like that. Yes, they in some states they can. In Florida, he can. Some states you can, some you can't. So it'll be interesting how it plays out. It'll be very interesting. See, you're hearing language here that you've never heard before. And you've never heard somebody running for an office in a position that has such a divisive track record, but yet that's what's up. Yeah, Florida is an amazing. Yes, you're right. He is a different kind of terrible. Because everybody he associated with got cases. Steve Bannon, Rudy Giuliani, Michael Cohen, a lot of them. The line goes long. His niece, Mary Trump, came out with a book and she detailed all of it verbatim. Okay. Florida is a whole different animal. That's why DeSantis is behind, can go there and hide. He's been real noticeably quiet too. He tried to box with the big boys and he didn't have the weight. Yes, you were right, amazing. Yes, all these politicians are suspect. And it's just a matter who don't get caught. That's all. It's just like the Hollywood industry. Everybody's got a video on somebody until they get caught. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I know what grants are. Because they have them in America. Grants and loans. And you get a certain amount of money, especially if you're a college student. And the amount of worldwide hatred after Trump is what shocked me. Why did it shock you? Do tell me. Yeah. Well, most places would like to get the most grants. Because Lord knows the debt collectors are going to stay collecting on you. So tell me, amazing, yes, what do you mean? Let me see the amount of worldwide hatred of Trump. The people hating America or hating him, or do tell? I'll answer that one. What's happening? What's happening? How you doing, time? I want amazing yes to tell me what was meant by that. I want to get back to that one. Mm-hmm. Good to see you. Oh, well, amazing yes. I don't know if you're black or white or whatever you are. I will tell you that, yeah, school propaganda is always a hustle. It never went away. People have always had hatred. It's just been masked. It's been this romanticism because of something that comes along. Oh, yeah, that's nothing new. Nothing new. Now, France was romanticized by jazz musicians back in the day in Amsterdam because of the red light districts and the marijuana and all that. But believe me, just because they like you for your art and your talent don't mean they won't use the N word. You know, so appreciate your time. Appreciate you. Um, Nothing is different. Depends on how you look at it. It is an insult in a way. It's a mixed. It's a dual mixture. On one hand, you represent it because of your blood and what your people, but on the other hand, it's embarrassing because of the political zoo, the divisiveness, and actually the lack of the problems that we still deal with. That's why. The dream was sold as one thing, the reality is a nightmare. That's why people are still fighting. It is real. You are full of yourself because I will tell you why. Because you're conditioned in a place that makes you feel like you got superiority. Because when you come to a place that let you talk and vent, and they reward that. They reward vulgarity. They reward that kind of attitude. So it makes you think that way. They don't want them coming there because they don't want them to impose or compare. And see, one thing is this: when you go to another place, you're always comparing to what you remember. There are things that you deal with that you look down upon another place because they tolerate. So if you go to another country and they tolerate people being called out their name or they don't stand up for their rights or their situation, you look down on them. You think they're weak sauce. You think they're a joke. America teaches you to be boastful and keep your head up and defend yourself. All countries should teach you that. But see, we live in a world where there's superiority and people have racial complexes, so they do. Well, Americans, because they take in everybody else's country, they take in a hybrid. They don't get it 100%. They don't even get it 50%, but they take it like you make a gumbo and you daggle all that in as one and you stir it. But see, other countries watch that. Other countries have used the American blueprint. So when we talk about slavery, we talk about the Jim Crowism, we talk about the divide. They've used it in a different way. It's a offshoot of that. People don't want to ever talk about the reality and repercussions. So there's a lot of things that are going on where some long hidden facts are coming to light. Well, anytime I appreciate it. I learn from everybody. Because America was found on blood, sweat, and game. American and the Brits can then combine. When you build off of slavery, when you build off of dictatorship, when you build off the lowest common denominator, the belly of the beast, you fought. You fought. But yet you enslave people as profit to grow your gains. So when we talk about a Wall Street market, when we talk about these major corporations, they benefited off of cotton and they could benefit off the workers. They benefit off all that. They made deals and trades. However, they're behind trillions of dollars in debt to China now. They stole everything. They took it because Mexico, well, I'll tell you this. Texas and California, Mexican descent. Listen to the names, Arizona too, part of Florida. But the Seminoles are half black, so there's a mixture of everybody. It's all been stolen land. That's the hardcore reality about it. Nothing is 100% authentic. But that's what they sell you on in school. That's why they are anti-woke with teaching the facts. There's a whole lot of everything that is tied to the United States that they incorporated. Colonization from Britain and Virginia and Maryland. If you listen to the names give it away. Look at some of the places that you'll see where they got some of their names from. Yeah. It's been a hide and go seek and profitable. Very influential because of the arts, the aesthetic. Yeah. It's just that it takes the lowest common denominator. And there are times when they compartmentalize your experience and subject it to an agenda. And there are agendas. So the more you study it, the more you see it, the more you see that its ugly beast isn't that far removed. And they set certain things that they wanted to do. And they're still trying to do. Well, they're always trying to profit, to entice. Everybody they go to war with, they've been in bed with. Everybody they've gone to war against, they've tried to seduce. Think about it. How does a country become off limits for America unless they weren't trying to take them? I don't think everybody knows the history. I think that there are people who are younger or oblivious and they haven't really been taught it. Um, I think that they get crumbs of it. They don't get the full complexity of it. And then they buy into a narrative of trying to befriend and trying to do, but they really don't understand the ramifications of it until they get wiser. That takes time. Once you understand it from a political agenda, you see for what they've done. But they sell you on their money, their ways. People never question the so-called Bill of Rights. All of those Bill of Rights, the amendments were used against black folks as far as slavery goes. And they were all, once upon a time, all the laws were legalized. Yes, you do have to read, and it is fundamental. However, a lot of people don't want to go back. They never question because it looks good to them. If I offer you a $2 million, I remember Don King with Muhammad Ali. He was getting sued by Ali for $2 million. He said, if I give him $50,000 cash in a suitcase as opposed to a $2 million check, he'll take the $50,000 cash. That's what happens when you don't read the full script. And Ali wasn't no dummy, but that's just a metaphor for a lot of stuff that you see that goes on. But they don't just train them for the least hours. They also train them to be as they are, which is usually hateful and spiteful. They have usually most of them don't have any awareness of the communities. So they're allowed to be race soldiers. That's why you see all these white cops killing big black folks. Well, it's not about it. I'm just using it as a metaphor when I was talking about him. Regardless of how his IQ was, the Don King metaphor was a reality of a lot of people. If I owe you $2 million and I give you $50,000 cash, that $50,000 cash looks a lot more appealing than a $2 million check. If you're in a hurry. If you got money to spend on a woman, if you got to buy a new ride, if you got to get a new place, you got to get some new clothes, you going to the club, that 50 grand looks real appealing. That's the point of the matter. I just use that quote sometimes because I think of that's how it is in this country. Because if you don't educate, was amazing. Yes, we're talking about if you don't seek it out, you settle for crumbs. It's like when people sample music. You sample for something that sounds familiar, but you don't go to the original source. You just want that beat and that groove. That's how they get you. You do. But the co-conspirator is beyond just your downfall. It's also people that you associate with's downfall. Because if we don't hold people up, they all sink. You know, like the saying, "I'm my brother's keeper." It takes a village to raise a child. It takes people to be in alliance with one another. Because he who settles for less will get exactly. And there's no unity. That's the problem that we run into. That's why you got to know who your friends are, who your friends are, who your friends are, and who your family and people are. If you people stick with you through thick and thin, you're seeing that now that there's no loyalty. Education is timeless, but people don't want truths. Yeah, because again, it's like I used the Don King Muhammad Ali metaphor, which is true. I want it all, spend it all, and then I cry that I've got to pay taxes and where it go from, as opposed to taking your time, wait, and invest it wisely. Take some of what you need, invest the other, and split it amongst charities and people and do something. But don't be loud and frivolous with your loot. Use your noggin. But they always seduce you on trying to appeal. That's how they get you. That's the allure. And it is alluring. So, but yeah, that is the way a lot of life goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the truth. It sure ain't. Those are true words. And you start to see it around you. People don't have no morals about stuff. We all get seduced by that lifestyle, which everybody pays for because everybody puts money through someone else's pocket. That's the reality. And no one ever talks about it because that's the way it's seen. But imagine if everybody was on equal footing. How mighty look. Well, no one, because I don't have Ted didn't come through and no one else had mentioned anything. And Amazing Yes asked me about different topics we talk about. And so we just got, no, uh, asked me about different topics and we got to talk about Trump and politics and I was telling Amazing Yes, I talk about different topics. I'm not monolithic. I ain't a one trick pony. There's no offense because I enjoy going through all that, which I cover, as you know. But we can talk about different topics. We're talking political. We're talking about finances. We're talking about environmental. So you did very well. So always got somebody wants to come through and troll. I don't know how wonderful he is. What you mean what's wrong with him? The thing I said about him is that he talked about the Confederate statues. He wanted them to touch. He just seems like he's just trying to troll. He sounds like he's desperate for anything. He wants to run as an independent. There was a time when his last name alone would have carried weight. It carries no weight no more. His family's corruption and yeah, you know. So dealing with his family's corruption and everything is the, you know, that's what he's. Kennedy doesn't really have a leg to stand on anymore. So it's only a name only. There was a time when that name carried a lot of weight. What's up? I think he's trying to be the positive. First of all, I'm gonna tell you like this. They don't hate him because they grew up because they romanticized with Camelot. No, he's desperate for attention. He's got the last name, but he has no pop and pull in his game. There was a time when you could have the last name Kennedy, and that was instant success. It's almost like having the last name Jackson in music, but it don't hit. It don't hit like that for everybody. Well, it wouldn't take him much to be the polar opposite of Biden by doing push-ups. I saw that mess, but if only that was all it took. He has no real agenda. He has no real vision, and no one's voting for him like that. He's just a dude out there waving. Okay, JT, since you want to talk about this subject, of course it's Nelly. I don't know what it's gonna be like. Of course, I don't know what it's gonna be like. Chingy was like a broke version of Nelly. Nelly hit. Nelly did things better though. To me, it's not even enough for discussion. Chingy had some bangers, but Nelly covered a wider range. So I never get asked about them too. It's 2 generations removed, and it's like 4 generations of long ago because nobody cares about them no more. I mean, they romanticize it. You know, it's kind of like Buckingham Palace in a way to some. It's another era, another time, and all the ruthlessness and yeah, yeah. That's why I don't think too many people even talking about the Kennedys no more, aside from old heads. That's not even up for discussion, and it sure is not talking about that turkey because he don't have a snowball chance. Okay. But anyway, you're nearly on that one. He is. He looks like him. He looks like him. He's got the facial hairstyle. No, ain't no coincidence. We're talking politics. There is no coincidences. Let me let you know a secret about American politics. Your last name can get you a lot of places. Sometimes it can't. Well, yes, because JFK, if he were alive today, would have been 107. What you mean would I rank Dwayne Wade all time? He's probably one of the 20 greatest basketball players ever, probably somewhere in the 20 to 25 range. I hold him in high regards, though. I hold him in high regards. But, yeah. Pearson? Person? Person? I don't know. Well, no, I was just talking about Dwayne Wade. I hold D Wade, big D Wade fan on the court. But he's also, again, it's almost like some people forgot how good he was. Vizier? Vizier. Vizier. What's a distinctive last name? Well, yeah, there's some lames in America. Depends. They'll be wondering. Mm-hmm. No, it's not no thing. They just mentioned different topics here. No, by no means. Um, Michael Jordan wasn't for everybody. Oh, okay. Okay. Um, Horses are cool. What's up? I'm going to be on for like 20 more minutes. Everybody's coming up late, so I'm only going to be on for 20. As for Yao Ming, let me address that one real quick. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, I've been on for about 40 minutes. I got 20 minutes of time because I got to do something tonight. But I'm glad, better late than never. It's strange how it works on YouTube. Favorite hobbies? Writing, creating, listening to music, doing things. Thanks, man. Yeah, well, you asked for it. It's kind of complicated, actually. It was a good video because Rashid and them got a point. Um, they went against, I mean, it's, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Amazing. Yes. They could defend, but I think that the one thing that to stop the Pistons is I went to where I had to disagree with Sheed was this. Yeah, they were successful in the Eastern Conference, but they only went to two finals. They won one, they lost one. But considering how dominant they were, well, you asked for it. It took me a while to think about it because I really had to think. And I am going to do that baseball one that Ted asked me, which won't be that hard. Cats that were surprised they made the Hall of Fame. But Um, the Pistons thing is because a little bit, not fluently, a little bit. The Pistons thing, and I won't do it on here either. I don't know if I take my voice on it. The Pistons thing is because the thing that works against them is that LeBron went off on them, Dwayne Wade went off on them. So if Steph or KD went off on them, that's the only thing because they never had a guy who could match the scoring ability. They won because they played great defense and they played together ball, but they could never go against a team that could actually score. That's why that Pistons '04 team is not the same as the '80s Pistons, who actually had with Isaiah Thomas and who could score. He would, but who's going to stop Steph and Clay? So, you got to think about it. They didn't stop D Wade and they didn't stop LeBron. They never really stopped Shaq either. So they always had a problem with that one guy who would go off, except for Kobe. They did a pretty good job against him. Rudy T because of the rings. That's the best answer I can give you. Really the only answer. That's what makes it different. Well, that was a last second thing, but I thought about Kevin Samuels and I thought about how, she's kind of come across kind of desperate now. Okay. I really have mixed emotions about Vivica. Been for them streets. Okay. you know, the whole thing with 50 Cent and all that. So I don't know. Now you just woke up at 60. I don't know. I don't know. Well, no, he won 2 rings and he got his team, further than George Karl did. George Karl is a very good head coach, but Rudy T won. And you play the game to win. That's what Herm Edwards says. We play the game to win. That's what we try to remember. And George Karl had a lot of opportunities. Because between Seattle, Milwaukee, and Denver. I like Michael Finley. I like Finley. Yeah, what's one of the problems I had with Luka just coming into shape? And he used it. If he came in and played a whole season like that, there's no telling what he could do. I mean, he's scary as it is. This finals is big for him. It's big for Jason Tatum. It's going to be interesting who gets the ring. Because if Luka gets it, then he might as well be tied with Jokic for the best player going. Jason Tatum needs it to stay in the top 5, top 4. But I don't think it'll do any, unless he has an incredible series. I don't think it'll do anything. I didn't. I remember Dikembe. For Jason Kidd, it's redemption. For Cuban, it's a way out. Cuban selling the team, so it's like his last swan song and a way to go out. For Jason Kidd, it's redemption because of certain stains with his career, and then obviously as a head coach. Think about it. The Brooklyn thing was, and then Milwaukee with Giannis. This would be the best payback. And he got a player that Rick Carlisle did not get along with. This is huge. And the return of Kyrie Irving is an ultimate sidekick for the modern era. I remember. Well, they had no answer. That was a wild series, but he ended up, Pierce and Twine couldn't finish it up. I don't know. No, I'm not. I know it's for the money and some hype, but I'm not buying it. I don't want to see it. I'm going to say that for the video, JT. But I'll tell you what, I will say that for a video. So catch my video. So JT, thank you. I'll make that into a video. I don't want to do that on here because that takes time away everybody's come through, but I will make a video of that. That's a good one. Bird was a good coach, yeah. He was. I think if he'd had the patience, he may have won a ring there. I think he may have. I tend to do a baseball video every day, so I'll make that one of them. Yeah, I mean, Bird did a good job. And they were knocking on the door. Let me see. I'll write that down. I'll have to do some research on that one. Top 5. Well, I got 4 names. Well, I got all 5 of my names right now. So I think I'll put those down right now. I can definitely do that. Well, thank you so much, Amazing. Yes, welcome to coming. Appreciate your subscription. Glad to have you, and I look forward to seeing you again. I'm only going to be on for 10 more minutes because I had to get out of here, but I definitely appreciate you coming through. Definitely a great conversations, great questions, and do come back. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, Ted, you said 10. Okay, you must have read my mind because I got 5 already. I don't know if he'll make peace to you and blessings. I don't know if he'll make my top 10 though. Yeah, you said my 10. All right, DP, glad you came through. Glad to see you. And thanks for being first tonight. Appreciate you. Have a good one. I don't know if D Rose is going to make my top 10. I don't know. Peace. I got to come back on that one. You too now. They have to be able to, what they have to do is utilize their bench. Yeah. I mean, I think they got the squad that's athletic. They play some defense, you know. If they don't get cute, okay. That's another, I guess. I hate talking about Tim Scott. Tim Scott said, I'll do these the next couple of days. If they don't get cute, if they if they come out, obviously they're gonna be either decide to double Luka or Kyrie. But if they can swing the rock, stay away from turnovers, keep a good pace, I think they got a good chance. Yeah, he still got this delusion he's gonna be vice president. So I imagine he would be crying. His poor girlfriend, fiance, whatever language you call it. He don't cry that much for her. Oh, he just be in the simp hall of fame. Pitiful. But yeah, they can beat him. Yeah. Paid. They can beat him, but they can't let Jason Tatum's gotta come up big. Porzingis has to play, and Boston's bench has to arrive. So it depends on you know, it's gonna come down to how aggressive what's gonna come down to what they can do. You know. Dallas has to win one game in Boston, so they have to get them early. It's going to be tough because Boston is pretty loaded, though. I'm going to say that they are a loaded team. This is the best situation that Jason Tatum has had. But I think Dallas can do it. There's something about Luka that he just won't be denied. So we'll see. It's the kind of series that you hope has multiple years. I remember when they made it, but they were fresh and green then. They weren't ready for Golden State. Now they got a little bit more bulk in them. I don't know if he's gone. He just signed that big contract, so I don't know if he's going to go or not. But you probably got a point. If they lose, something big is going to happen because they won't get many more chances. I'll tell you that to win. I think they come out the East as long as no one else comes over to the East. They got a catbird seat pretty much. Yeah, he's not going nowhere. You already know that. Before you even think about that weak, sad dream of yours, he ain't going down to LA. He would if LeBron wasn't there. I'll give you that. Only if you don't have LeBron. Now, if Tatum said he wanted to leave, what you mean Bron us leaving? That's not a video request. I can tell you that already on here. That's George Carl. That's not a video request I would do. Because they don't merit that from me out of respect. It's not compelling because neither one of them won. Entertaining, but not enough multiple teams. I gotta give George Carl the edge. He did get to a finals. But I wouldn't be interested in requesting them. If Braun left, you may got a chance at getting some pieces. But if Braun stays, you're not winning no championship. And yeah, it has to compel me. See, the Ice Cube Snoop was worthy of a video. The requests I've had so far are good requests. The Tim Scott one, top 5 Mets, top 10 MVP winners, I can do that. But Don Nelson, George Carl don't really. Because I can do that one right live. Well, Caitlin Clark had to beat somebody. She ain't won too many games. She didn't beat Reese when it counted the most, though. So, just saying. None. I don't really like them, to be honest with you. I trolled the one about Michael Jordan because he named everybody who was on it. I don't really like Hall of Fame speeches. They feel kind of hokey to me, especially the NFL ones. They feel kind of sad. I think I saw it, but, again, I'm not really into Hall of Fame speeches. None of the Hall of Fame speeches, be it the music ones either. I'm one of those kind of people that if you're Hall of Famer, you're Hall of Famer. And if you're not, you're not. None of them has ever said anything that I thought that was really compelling. I think the saddest ones was when the year Tim Duncan went in and it was Kobe too. That was sad. That's why I don't really, have to stray from him. Yeah, to me, he's one of the greatest. He had longevity. He hit in different styles of music. He hit in the 80s, 90s, 00s, and the 11s. Had a long-term career. Yeah. So, yeah, but on that one, Ted, nah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling none of them. Not like that. There's certain sentiments, but they have to hit. But most of the time, I just no. I don't want to talk about Drew Brees at all. After that whole thing about Kaepernick and his grandfather in the Navy, I don't talk about Drew Brees, and I'd leave his overrated behind alone. I got enough request videos right now. There's something was really distinctive. It has to be something really distinctive, and nothing lately I wouldn't touch about Nelson or Carl or Hall of Fame speeches or Drew Brees. Not them three. But I will address it here. If he had 3 more years left in his arm, he'd have given up 5 of them now. Nobody's going to touch him. And he can't find a better place than New Orleans. What you mean looking at life in prison? Vince McMahon? I'm going to get ready to go in just a minute. I ain't hear nothing about Vince McMahon, so Well, I believe it when he's done with his money funny. He should have been, but no one cares though. No one cares. I don't even talk about Jay Cutler, but overrated. Overrated because he didn't get to where he's supposed to. Underrated because he's more talented than he put on, and forgotten rated. Okay, well now that might be a story. Now thank you. That's what I mean. Thank you. Vince McMahon. That's because he's old though. That's all that's about. He old and they trying to do him in now. That's what's up. See, he done mess with the wrong folk. That's another classic example. Something strange. All right, thank you on that one, Ted. Yeah, that's what that means. Jay Cutler is a guy that was frustrating. Could have been a great, had top tier talent. Underachieved, and that's underachieving. Didn't get the best of him. Settled, had a bad attitude. And he's a forgotten guy. Well, he's 78 years old. That's why I tell you. They didn't come after him when he was 68 or 58 or 48 or 38. That's why they come after him. It's just like Harvey Weinstein. You get old white. Mm-hmm. That ain't no... They didn't make enough money off of him anyway. He did something to the wrong people. And they don't try to break his pockets. Yeah, he was. Had took him to the NFC Championship game, lost to Ted's Packers. And he stunk up that game. He had a bad attitude. Talented dude, but a bad attitude. I don't really care for Cutler, but he was talented though. Yeah, could have been great. Should have been good most of the time. Sometimes he settled for being average. He just has a stank attitude and a stank game, so it's not somebody that I even... But thank you, Ted, for that, though. Appreciate that info about Vince McMahon. I'm going to look that one up. That's definitely a video. But the thing is, like I said before, he didn't see something strange they done with him. But why? Because it was there all along. Yeah. It was there all along about him. I've been hearing stuff about him since the 80s. But now he older. They got no use for him now. The sex offenders and freaky deaky and pervy. Mm-hmm. That's all it is, man. I always tell you, they do their own justice. Now you don't say nothing. Yeah, I didn't understand him dissing Meg the Stallion and all that. And one of the cats that I follow on X said it best. He said he's like a 90s comedian still doing OJ jokes. I said, yeah, because his storylines and gimmicks, that's a joke. And the Meg Stallion thing wasn't funny and didn't make any sense. You know. But like I said before, he got away with that back in 98 to 92, 98 to about 02, 03. Ain't been right. Okay, this is the last one, JT, because I got to go. I'm going with Tim Legger. But I do like Jalen a whole lot. I like the way Jalen articulates the rhythm of the game. But Legs, he's got a way of putting it down. He really descriptive. He really watches the floor real well. He's pretty much spot on too. Pretty much spot on. But I like Jalen a lot. But I gotta give Legler the slight edge. It's close though. But Tim Legler be on it though. Guy really be making his mark with it. So definitely appreciate it. Anyway, I will try to be back. Not tomorrow, probably sometime in Monday. If not tomorrow, definitely Monday, Tuesday. So, but and we appreciate everybody that stopped through. I know it was late tonight. Had a late night, the late rivals. Appreciate everybody that came through. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay cool. Appreciate you always. And some request videos I'm definitely gonna do. This Vince McMahon thing I'm gonna definitely get into. So appreciate you coming through. Have a good one. Thanks you always. All right, peace. I'm out.